Tommy came into instrument manufacturing last year as a sophomore. Didn't like the first part of the class, dealing with engineering, kind of computer work, learning how to measure, reading a ruler, doing some written problem solving. So it was kind of a disgruntled, slow start. Actually, just probably here's another typical class. Once we started machining and metal fabrication, he started to open up his eyes a little bit and kind of go into his own. Not that the metalworking and the machining was his thing, but he was fairly well engaged at that point. But then when we came over here to construction and woodworking, the woodworking end of things is really where Tommy came out. Really has an eye for perfection and wanted to make sure everything was done right. Really took his time on things to make a good product. I would say his eye for detail and just the patience to make things right. If there's a small little dent in the wood or a little nick in it, Tommy's going to spend the extra time sanding it when most students won't do that. Most students would be, it's good enough. Tommy's going to take the little extra measures and do everything that he can to make it right or the best it can be at that point, even if it means remaking a part. So over the last couple of years, nice part of it is I've had Joel as a para, too. So it's been two of us that kind of works with Tommy on a daily basis. And Tommy, he gets disgruntled, and he's gonna let you know about it. Not that he's gonna go off and holler at you or anything like that. He gives you the cold shoulder. And when Tommy's frustrated, you just give him his space, let him kind of figure things out on his own a little bit, and then a few minutes later, Tommy will reapproach you and ask what can he do and things like that. So it's been a learning curve to not just stay and kind of fight it out with him, I guess you could say, or fight through the battle with him. You just give him the space, let him try to problem solve it, figure it out on his own. Once his emotions kind of level out, then come back to it. Get to the finish line. Let Tommy beat Tommy.
Yeah.
So. Izzy last year, again in instrument manufacturing, she came in with a fair amount of mechanical background. From the story she tells, she's done a lot of tinkering with her dad, but the biggest one is her and her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family buy abandoned houses, things like that in the Rockford area, and they've been flipping houses for years. That at night, all weekend long, her and her boyfriend and boyfriend's family goes in and flips these houses, go to auction, buy them, and then for sale or foreclosure, and tear them down, build them back up, sell them off. So she's been doing that for the last couple of years. So she has an extensive tooling and mechanical background in that sense. But yeah, she's just a crazy hard worker, good attention to detail again on it, creative mind of things. At the cabinetry competition, Kylie and Izzy, probably by far the better team of the two that we took. Got on the table saw early, had everything laid out, and cut the joints, the lap joints on the wrong side of every single piece. So hour into the competition, all their pieces were cut to the wrong size, shape. So it was back to the drawing board, had to modify the entire cabinet, rebuild it basically twice. Still finished in time and couldn't hardly tell that it's an inch shorter in every dimension.